Q&A video. Yay. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A video for you guys because why not? Y'all ask me questions on my Instagram. I get Instagram DMs sometimes randomly. I got one like 3 days ago and I'm just like, dude, you never reach out to me. And then they just randomly ask me a question about keratoconus and I'm like, okay. Y'all got to follow my group, my Keratoconus Facebook group if y'all aren't a part of it. Any new trials or new medications in the works for keratoconus patients? No. There's been nothing new. There are things that are for dry eye. There have been some things this year for the dry eye syndrome. So if you do not know, if you have a lot of gunk on your eyelids and you're just horrible at cleaning your eyelids, there is a drop called XDEMV that released in the market this year. And what does that do? So basically, it is a drop that you put. I do not know anything about said drop. I know about of it. I know a little bit about it. So ideally, it's a drop that you get a little chart sheet. They give you a little chart sheet in the drop, and you have to like put an X every time you do it. And I think you have to do it for a solid week, like a Monday through Friday. And I think, and my doctor told me you cannot do any other drops. So you can't do Padded Days. You can't do any other allergy drops. You sole focusedly have to do this drop. I don't know if I could do Refresh. I don't even know if that's even a thing I can do with this drop. So it's a sole drop, and what it does is it basically eats up all that gunk on your eyelids, and it basically forces it not to grow back. Allegedly, because I have not done this drop, but that's ideally what it is about. So there's really nothing keratoconus-wise, just that drop for dry eyes. Now, the reason I say it's kind of for keratoconus people, because a lot of people with keratoconus, like myself, we suffer from dry eye syndrome, and a lot of gunk can get on our eyelids, and this drop kind of goes hand in hand with that. So this one doesn't really make any sense, this question. It says, how long does it usually last? I'm going to kind of make an assumption. I'm going to talk about cross-linking. How long does the pain usually last? We're just going to incorporate that with this question. So when you have cross-linking, guys, now every doctor, I've spoken to a lot of people, and every doctor, like, practice is different. So normally, what it's supposed to happen is you get your surgery and then they send you, they don't give you medication in the office, but they send it to your pharmacy. Like, hey, go pick up this medication to help with the pain. Some people have stated that their doctors didn't even give them any medication to pick up at a pharmacy, which is crazy because the first night is rough. Now, for me, I did not take any medication. That first night, I went to pick it up, or my dad did. He went in and he got me some crappy sunglasses, which are actually great, because he's like, I picked these out so it can go over that bandage, because you have to wear that plastic thing. I still have them as a memory in case I need to do it for the right eye. But I did get that medication that night, and I refused to take it. I just took 2 Advil, and the whole night I was tossing and turning, because when the numbing drops were off, it's like a constant burn. It's like you're in hot water, and you know how like you put your hand in hot water and you have to instantly take it away? That's how it is for the first night. Now, after the first night, painless. The only thing is you get like stinging whenever you have to do those special drops. Now, the reason I did not do the special drops myself is because I never put anything in my eye and I was terrified, but my mom did it, and yeah, and I couldn't watch TV and I had audiobooks. So if you guys get cross-linking, buy audiobooks. Just buy audiobooks. Do whatever podcast. You can look at your phone for like a split second, click the next book, and just listen to it. Get Bluetooth earbuds and do it. I did not have Bluetooth at the time. I had wired actually, and my sister and my soon-to-be brother-in-law for Christmas gave me some like skull candy ones, and I'm like, you don't know how much this means. And they're like, I know you've been laying in bed listening to podcast stuff, so they gave me Bluetooth, which is crazy, because I had my surgery in December of 2020. So those are those questions. Let's see. Let's go over any here. What got me into drumming? Good question. So I was probably 5 years old when I started playing the drums. That's my earliest memory. I loved playing the drums. What got me into it? Well, I went to church. back then I went to this church, can't remember the name of it, but I remember them playing live, like a band playing music, and everybody's like, the singers are so amazing. I'm just like, and my mom's like, what are you staring at, type deal. And she's thinking that, like, what's he staring at? And I'm staring at the drummer. And I guess one day I just said, I want to be a drummer. And my parents bought me a Fisher Price drum set. My sisters hated me because I had that inside the house and I was banging on it, and the crack of dawn, and they were just like, play it later. We're trying to sleep. I'm like, y'all, it's 7 a.m. Get up. So that was my motive, and I loved playing it. And unfortunately, when I moved to Texas, I had to get rid of them. Well, my parents got rid of them because you know how Texas is. Homes are closer together. We couldn't afford to take them. It was just a whole ordeal. And then when I moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I got an electric drum set. My parents got me for Christmas. And then those broke. So when I moved where I am in Charleston now, I got an Alesis Nitro mesh. That one toppled over and, was horrible. So then I got, what did I get after that? Oh, I got that Crimson Red too of Alesis. That one was horrible. It just did not sound great. The toms were small. I just couldn't drum on it. So I traded that in and got the Alesis Nitro Max. I had that for about a year. Not even less than a year, probably like 4 or 5 months. And I still have those in the garage, but I did buy me a Donaire because I wanted to try a different brand, and I love my Donaire. The sounds are decent, and it's, yeah. So that's that. Let's see. What was my reaction to losing my sight? Okay, getting with these dark questions. Honestly, I was going through a lot in 2020, going through different doctors, not knowing what was wrong. When the doctor finally told me I had an eye disease called keratoconus, and I was never going to be able to see again. When you hear that, your mind is like, I should have blah, 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 blah. My mind at that point was like, I should have experienced the world. Why did I go to school? Why was in school? Why I should have just dropped out of high school and just traveled and saw things because I'm never going to see again, right? Because that's my sole purpose. He's like, you're never going to see again. I'm like, I should have done more with my sight I had. Well, they never told me about sclerals. He never did until I went to my surgeon. He's like, yeah, I need sclerals. And I got my sight back with contacts. So that whole my life, never being able to see again kind of defeats that motive. But it sucks because I'm technically not going to see ever the same again. I mean, when I don't have my lenses in, yeah, my vision's horrible. Actually, want to touch on this. So when I got hired at this hotel I was working at, I no longer work there. I actually went 2 months without any contacts in, doing front desk. I was checking people in and out, looking out of one eye, doing my job and doing it daytime. I was doing it 3 to 11s, which those are brutal, but I was doing it. And people were like, wait a minute, you did it without any contacts? I'm like, yeah. They're like, and you never screwed up? I said, no. And they're like, impressive. I'm like, it's not. I mean, I have to do what I have to do. Because I didn't have sclerals at that time because it was 2021 and I was in the process. And yeah, they were super nice though because they allowed me to go to all my appointments. So my reaction, it sucked. I kind of was like, I didn't cry until I got home. Like, I didn't cry. I was just like depressed the whole night. It sucked. My dad, I remember we called my dad on the way home. We were going to McDonald's because I was hungry because, I didn't eat the whole day. And my dad's like, what did they say? And anything they found? And then she's like, your son is losing his sight. And my dad's like, well, what's the next step? Nah, that's what my dad flat out said, like, what's the next step? And my mom's like, well, he wants us to go to his colleague. And I said, I do not want to go see his colleague. And my dad's like, my dad's kind of like, you got to go. And my mom's like, well, no, I'm going to research and see if there's another doctor I can take it to because she did not like that practice either. So we found a guy and he did my corneal cross-linking and that's how that happened. So yeah, my reaction, again, I was just like, kind of like, I didn't know how to feel, So there's that. Most of these are eye related except the drumming one. Oh, are my new contacts in? No. So, if you guys do not know, I went in the middle of July to Charlotte. They did all the scans. They sent everything to the lab, and I came home, and they told me it would take 2 to 3 weeks. So probably about the end of August. No, was it? No, it was the middle of August. Um, we called the office because I'm like, hey, it's been like 4 weeks. And so we called and they said, oh, we are so sorry. Your right eye lens is done. There's no sense in sending you just one lens. We're going to wait till the left eye's done. Your higher order lens, there's a lot they have to do to it and they're trying to work it out and figure things. So it's going to be about another week. Um, so it was not another week because I still have not received them. And it is about to be the second week of September. So I will call probably tomorrow just to see, hey, is it coming this week? Because again, my nephew's birthday's Saturday. As I'm filming this, it's the 8th. So Saturday, I go to Greenville, and yeah, they need to come in before then. Because if not, I have to go with wonky vision. I mean, I can still see out of these, but like I would rather have clear vision. That's just me. I mean, I'm not saying these aren't clear, but I'm saying like double whatever. What do I like to do for fun? Drum. Play video games. I know a few people who have keratoconus who are like, I don't do any video games. I'm like, bro, video games are cool. I love video games. I play NBA 2K. I play Minecraft. I play Roblox. I love The Sims 4. So I play those. Drumming. I drum to all types of music. Stevie Wonder, Ashton Irwin, 5 Seconds of Summer. I do not do Metallica. Every time I do a live stream, people are like, drum to Metallica. I do not do Metallica. So. Alright, those are it for the Instagram. Let's go to DMs. What do you use to fill your lenses before applying them? So I use a drop called Refresh Gel. So I get my plunger, put my lens on, put 2 drops of Refresh Gel, and then I fill it in with my solution. I use Lacapure, comes in a little vial, and that's what I use to fill up my scleral lens. And the Refresh Gel just helps the eye, not get as dry as quick, and it actually works for me. So 2 drops, then your solution, and pop it in your eye. So that's it for all the questions today. I know this was like a 13-minute video, but that's all I have today. So yeah, I might do another one of these. I don't know. But see y'all on the flip side.